Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hey, all.
So I briefed him of the Whovian nonsense that's going on. So here's the thing. Again, I joke around and I'm serious all the time. On the lighter side of it and the amusement side, it is pretty funny to me that people see me as a threat in the Whovian community when I hardly do podcasts and reaching out to more than 4 members of ours to not appear in my show anymore. And I was serious when I made the videos, but like I'm not gonna tolerate that nonsense. If I honestly am gonna have a problem every time I do a podcast where you're gonna reach out to my members not to be on, that's really serious to me. Like I just can't get over how people stoop to so
That's
low.
childish. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it right here. That's purely childish.
But at the same time, we do have not members but guests like Memory and Marty, and I don't like it how I can't control the actions of a person, but I'm doing a serious post and Memory again is jumping on the comments like it's about him and it's not. And I don't understand why he wants attention. Like, again, I'm not talking about you. Get the fuck off my fucking Twitter stream. Like, I don't want to be a dick, but I'm being a dick because now you pissed me the fuck off. And again, the biggest problem that I had with the 2 podcasts that was deleted was he kept turning it about himself. And even I had my best friend was in there. He kept turning it about himself. Nobody's fucking talking about you. Shut the fuck up. So I made some my own memes, meaning I put Memory in the Phantom Zone thing, like being thrown into space. That's Memory, and Spider-Man Peter Parker walking away, and Memory in the trash can. Like, dude, you're out. Fuck off. Like, I'm not. I tried being nice and trying whatever, but you don't get it. I tried to make you apologize to all these people in the Whovian community, and you made a joke out of it. So you know what? I'm done. Like, I don't like what you've done. I've tried to give you chances, but I also have known what you've done, and I've tried to make you apologize and know that you did wrong. I'm not putting people on to offend other people, okay? So the bullshit that I heard in the past about because you have Memory on, you fucking don't care about us, that's bullshit.
No.
And because I Memory in like this, nope, again, I want to stress to my friends, like I respect my friends, but nobody fucking dictates who's in my fucking cast ever, whether you're a friend or a foe. And understand that me being nice about it.
This is what basically dictates who's on your cast. One, you don't insult and criticize the host. But
correct.
Prime thing is availability. All right.
Yes.
That's what dictates whether you're on a cast or not. Are you able to do it? If not, great. If you are, super. But it's availability. Sadly, I don't have a life between certain hours. So granted, I'm going to be on.
But me and him have the same schedule almost. So like I'm working too.
Yeah.
So the point is that Memer has violated the 2 rules of don't disrespect the host and the members. And I can't have that. And again, what happens, Scott, when they do that? They're out. Right? I said they're out. They're out.
Occasionally it's a probation, but other times it's like
right now you're out, and I don't know.
We've given you like 2 or 3 chances, or given you as many chances
how many chances
as possible.
Right?
You don't want to respect it, then.
And sometimes the decision is made by me. Sometimes it's made of my Real Whovians members that have had enough of him. So in this time, it's me because I'm just done. I'm done with like I've tried, and it's not working. Even my best friend came into the picture to try to talk sense into this kid, and he doesn't get it. So
no, he doesn't.
Again, I'm talking, and this is what bothers me, is I'm talking about something completely has nothing to fucking do with it, right? This is an isolated incident, and yes, different things happen because he has a guilty conscience because he fucking knocks. He's a wind-up merchant and he attacks people. It's not always about Memory. So again, he's not the one that's been threatened or victimized because whatever. But the thing is that yes, there was other people in my podcast too that are afraid to come in, but again, those people weren't threatened. I have other people that were threatened, and that's what I take very seriously. And again, I'm not going to tell you who the fucking members are. So, but like, I'm just saying, right now, it could escalate pretty quickly with my anger about it because I could take it very seriously, and really be upset that people had took that extra mile to talk to my people. You're gonna stop talking to my people about this, and you're gonna let me do what I gotta fucking do. And this is why I gotta come back full time, because people think obviously that I don't need to be here, and I need to be here now 100%. Because again, for some reason, people are agitated with me doing podcasts. Like, I don't understand why people think I'm not allowed to talk about topics, right? I mean, this has been over 12 and a half, 13 years that I basically created this community with other people. Like, I don't need fucking Johnny come latelys that come in past 5 years to fucking start talking to me about what I can and can't talk about or whatever. And my opinion's different. Like, and again, I'm not being a dick to my friends. I'm just saying I had some nice friendship things before. Like, I was watching Noel's podcast and I saw he liked donuts, certain donuts, and I tried to buy them and eat them. So I have nothing against everybody. It's just, and I'm not saying who threatens, because I'm not really sure who threatened. I just know from my members that were afraid that they were threatened, and it bothers me, honestly, that I have to spend this time now to reassure people, like, if you think you're going to put me out of business by attacking my members,
you're not.
You're not, sadly, because if I had no members, I'd do it by my fucking self, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, this is a ridiculous situation we have, Scott. And again, it's not always about me and me. I don't know why this kid thinks he's so like a fucking superhuman, but whatever, And I just trying to, like, who are you? Leave me alone. Like, just fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you attack people, you justify it, you apologize, then you attack people again. I'm done. Like, you're free to come in too. Okay, good. Well, we're done anyway because whatever. But nobody threatened him because nobody wants to bother with him. So.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like, don't mention. Fucking tell me don't mention you, because how many fucking times you putting your name out there, and again, I'm mentioning you because I'm trying to make some tweets, and you're fucking interfering with my tweets. You are not connected with the show. You are not. You're a guest. You're not a member. Don't keep doing that. I'm doing a post about Twitter about an important thing, and you're fucking throwing your name in there like you're implicating yourself. You're not part of this. Fuck off. And again, I'm not being nasty to the guests, but
no, you're not.
I'm not dealing with this nonsense, right? You're free to come in here. All right, you weren't threatened. But just don't come in. Don't fucking waste my time. Don't come in. I'm about to do a cast. It's like, oh, if you're so scared, why are you doing your own podcast? Oh, you're not now because you're scared about that too. Like guys, like seriously, you're wasting my fucking time. I'm not going to be deleting these podcasts anymore. No more. We're doing a podcast. It's staying the fuck up. So just don't waste my time. Don't cause a problem with my podcast where it's going to get deleted. And that's it, man. We could talk about Shooty all we want. We could talk about, and this is another thing I wanted to address too. There is a real life topic connected with Doctor Who. That being that there's some fake shit going out there that Shooty was only signed for one season. And he's going to fucking film his second season in October. So where the fuck did you get that information when the scripts are written way ahead in advance? That Russell T. Davies had the scripts written for Shooty, knowing for fucking 100% fact he's signed, sealed, and delivered. The guy quit his job at Sex Education show because he knows he needs to put more time in Doctor Who. So obviously, Russell T. Davies is not going to write 2 seasons worth of scripts for a 1-season Doctor. Now, I did say that, maybe he might leave, 2 seasons at least, I said, because of his commitments, but he quit. So if he quit, he could be 3-year contract. I don't know, but I know for definitely he's for 2 years, but I don't know how people could make a podcast and say, oh my God, he's going to film in a fucking couple of months, guys. It's fucking June.
This is the same garbage that August, saying
September,
about the Jody Whittaker and Chibnall. How they're done and gone. They're done and gone. But
do you know that's planned? They already know where they're going to shoot. They already know where they're going to shoot. They already know what the costume's going to be. Have to be fittings, right? Right. So if it's a different Doctor, wouldn't have a different size. Like, he's filming in 4 months. So where the fuck did you get his 1-season Doctor if the script was written so long ago? And that's why I have to call out friends of mine, because I'm sorry, you got the wrong information. And the reason why they're saying I think that information is because they want Russell T. Davies' show to be a failure, or they're pushing that it's a failure, or that the ratings are not going to be there, and that there's no commitment to a second season of Shooty, when in fact the seasons are ready, done, planned out script wise,
And
and they just have to film.
what they're forgetting is, to them, a season is not like a here in the States. It's where like a season is like, okay, here's this block of show, here's this block.
Dude, 10 months.
Yeah.
They filmed for 10 months, Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
5 weeks per episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go, where are you getting this? That like it's signed, sealed, and delivered. He's only one season. I mean, that fits your narrative.
They may have already had that block of shows done, and they're working on the. And they're
all right, remember that situation where
season blocks. Granted, I'm going to be the devil's advocate on this standpoint. Granted, they may have that first block done, and they're just ironing out the second block, but as far as it goes.
It's written, and he knows he's going to be the star because he quit the show that he was of the other star, like the other show. So you can't go out there and you can't make it like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Mm-hmm. That there's one season when the guy's filming it 4 fucking months. That's you don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, you don't have the facts and you don't have the information. And I hate when people put false information out there. But please don't create information if like. You don't know the situation, but you want the show to fail, and you maybe the ratings will be terrible. So he's only one season. That makes it
creating stuff or saying stuff that way. If it does happen to come out to be true, they go, "I called it. I called it."
So you didn't call shit, and the whole fucking thing is that there is a commission date, and I've said this before with Doctor Who, right? That it's so set that nothing can prevent it before that date, right? So I believe it's 2028 or something like that, because, Russell T. Davies even hinted that he's writing for the following Doctor after Shooty, right? So it looks right now, like so far, Shooty's got 2 years. I don't know if the contract entails 2 or 3 years, right? But right now, obviously, it's 2 years. But again, Russell T. Davies is writing so far ahead that he's probably working on the 4th year with a new Doctor right now, because if they're gonna film, you got to think about it this way, right? He's writing the scripts now for season 3, which would be, I guess, all right. So it's a 15th Doctor, series 14, 15. So right now he's writing the scripts for series 16. Before and in 4 months, it's series 15. That they're going to start filming, but we haven't seen series 14 yet. Okay, so this is how organized Russell T. Davies is, right? Mm-hmm. By the time they start talking about it,
remember, since they're over in the UK, they're not affected by the writer's strike as we are here in the States.
And again, Russell T. Davies wrote the scripts already, so even though there's a writer's strike, this writer's strike will be gone. In other words, he has the scripts written, so you're done, right? So it's not being affected at all. In 4 months they film, and then 10 months will be right. But what they're probably going to interject is that there's probably going to be the spinoff after the second series of Shooty.
Yeah.
Well, the unit or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
right?
Unit or Torchwood.
Right. So it'll probably be series 14, series 15. Unit or whatever spinoff it is, and then series 16, right? Yeah. And that's the way it is. And again, Russell T. Davies is far ahead with the scripts. Again, it's not the situation of Moffat, where Moffat went to Radio Times and he said, "Oh, the new season of Matt Smith, because he's gonna stay, has to do with Madame Clavarian returning." And then all of a sudden, you find out Matt Smith's leaving, right? He wrote the scripts. Matt Smith's leaving. He basically had to trash the scripts or tweak it or whatever, because obviously another Doctor has a different personality. He's not going to fit. So he basically had to throw those scripts in the garbage, basically. And he really thought he was going to stay, and he didn't. And he was kind of mad about it, right? Really pissed about it. So he wasted his time. So, Russell T. Davies has been around the block. He's not going to start writing a script if the Doctor is unsure.
And if you think about it, with Russell T. Davies, even if the guy did decide to leave, he would hold on to those scripts, then go back later and rewrite them.
He'll probably change them. Yeah, he'll probably tweak it or whatever. But again, I said at least 2 years. shooting from the very beginning without knowing source material or any information. I said 2 years, and now we know, flat out, October, gonna film. I don't know the order, I don't know the blocks, but I do know that he's got to film another Christmas special that, he's going to have a Christmas special for his series that he's going to start with. It's going to be David Tennant's 3 specials, and then it's going to be Christmas special, which he's going to be full-fledged, right? And then you're going to have the new series, which is Series 14. And then you're going to have a Christmas special, and then Series 15. And the Christmas special is going to be prominent and dominant. So that's the thing that's information is correct, is that Shooty is filming in a couple months. So sorry to hurt your narrative about Doctor Who, rest in peace, because that's not happening. And again, as I said, I'm all about pro Doctor Who. Like, I want Doctor Who to continue. Nobody has seen not one episode yet of Russell T Davis's new specials, so you can't judge anything. You can't start going on this campaign about, oh my God, it's over. Like, this is not Chibnall's Doctor Who. It's over.
No.
You got Russell T Davis. The guy brought Doctor
and like
back.
I said, and like I slowly started, as I slowly began to feel, it just felt like Chibnall was trying to prove that the Doctor shouldn't have been a woman. That's the way his writing just felt.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's trying to do, because he always kind of knocked the Doctor, didn't he? Always tried to make her unsure she needed to be rescued by Captain Jack. So obviously she was the most unsure Doctor, or unconfident, definitely not confident Doctor. So he was mad at her at some point in time. He's putting shit in the writing, obviously. So I don't know, but and then he confused the shit out of fans, because one minute he's talking about the Timeless Child, then he's kind of contradicting it that plant was the Timeless Child, right? That the Cybermen were looking for.
Yeah, I mean,
so did you kind of?
Boy, did he get knocked for that one? He's trying to.
And also the fact that the universe was destroyed except for 2 planets.
Yeah.
But then the universe was restored. So obviously, are you going to say that's a dream? Because obviously
that's in the Matrix or something like
obviously,
that.
Who brought the planets back? Who restored the universe is what I'm questioning. And you know what? Maybe it's going to be tied to Russell Davis. Maybe the Time Lords restored the universe. Maybe, like the Pandorica type of thing. Maybe
no, because somebody showed that the Frog episode, how everything was reversed.
Well, I think it's the Time Lords, because again, we see the 14th Doctor, David Tennant, talk about the Time Lords to Donna, and then they go, they do weird shit. So it's quite possible the Time Lords restored the goddamn universe, because again, they had the power to do shit like that. So, with billions of years of technology. So again, you can't judge the series. Okay. You can't judge the Doctor Who series if you didn't see the new series or specials. So I just wish my friends wouldn't just be so quick to, all right, big deal. They cast a gay person. They cast a transgender person.
So
who cares? That's great.
They act and are they going to be written decently enough?
And the music episode's 1 episode.
Yeah,
it's 1 episode. So Philip was explaining it how I wasn't aware that the Celestial Toymaker was part of a family of 5 others, right? So he said the Black Guardian, the White Guardian, right?
Yeah.
And 2 other people, which was probably the 2 that appeared with Jodie Whittaker, right?
Yeah.
And then 1 other person, which would be the sister, which would be probably Jinx Monsoon, right? That she's a god of tunes or whatever, right? So that's probably the musical episode is with her, and she's probably connected to. He's probably going to do the whole series related to those gods, those 5 gods. Like, there's probably going to be a final Black Guardian series finale. 2-parter maybe, because we know that the Black Guardian is supposed to appear 1 more time, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be the Black Guardian, and I'm fine with that too, because again, how many freaking series finales is going to be the Daleks or the Cybermen?
Yeah, like
or
I
the
said,
Master.
Daleks are great. I understand they've got that rule, but they've got to appear. But yeah, I'd love to see something other than.
And we did when Moffat tried to do it. The only problem with Moffat is he really didn't explain the Great Intelligence well. People are like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So again, like. I'm all for a Black Guardian if it is 2-part series finale. PS5. Well, yes. So this is K. member of my my gaming fans. I was looking at the and I tend to do this. I'm gonna have to do this for some time, guys. I'm gonna have to talk about gaming because that my new audience is gaming, and I didn't give that up. No, so I actually saw that my competition, Raining Elbows, is catching up because I've been doing this podcast. I will be doing gaming after this podcast. Uh, right now, I have to finish a whole bunch of games. I think I'm working on Brave Soldier, two versions of that, Savannah's Run, excuse me, Under the Warehouse, Run Out, Nico's Rescue Tale, Crash Bandicoot still, the first one, um, Dead Station, Metropolis, Lost Cube, Drunken Fist, Dreaming Canvas, Grotto, Rogue Explorer, and back again, and Immortus Temporis, just to name a few games I'm working on. So that's what I'm working on. As far as buying new games goes, I was telling my friend Mia Moon that I'm probably going to be not buying games until next week because I'm going to focus on my backlog. I have about almost 200 games to play for PS5 and 200 games to play for PS4. And what happens is I usually tend to buy in bulk and I tend to store games on the side for when I don't have money to play anything or buy anything. So the games are there waiting for me. But I tend to like to have a backlog of 200 and 200. So that way, if I run out of money, I can still play and not be affected. Thank you. No interruption, Kay. Much appreciated. So Raining Elbows is why I've been podcasting today. Is 1 star behind me, which is probably the equivalent of 5 platinums or 6, depending. I don't really know how to gauge it, but I think it's like pretty much 5 or 6. So by the time this podcast is over, I don't know what he'll be, but I start my gaming now, usually. And I'm up till 6 in the morning. So I will be platinuming stuff tonight and be sleeping tomorrow morning. So that's what I'll be doing. But as I said, I returned to podcasts full time, and we will have podcasts every single day and night. So whether it be in the
As
day
far
or
as
be
myself, I'm currently bitching, moaning, complaining at GTA 5, and I'm also doing. I recently picked up the game. I lost it. Well, let me go back here real quick. I've gone back to doing Control, and I've pretty much doing the second half of that. I'm doing Steel Rising, which is quite good. Takes place during like Marie Antoinette's the French Revolution time where you're this automaton trying to get through that era. And I'm to the first boss, and I can't get past him. So, but Control, I pretty
what
much
game was that? What game was that you just talked about? What's the name of
it? Steel Rising.
Oh, I might
It's called
check it out.
And I think I was a B or a C. I'm either at B or C with that one. So
I'm also behind with the gaming videos. I did cross over 111,000 trophies, but I'm getting it so often that I feel like bored to keep doing 112,000, 112,000, because it's happening every couple of days. But I probably got to do a video about that. And then I currently stand at 4,551 platinums. So we shall see what I get tonight. I also have a column on my notebook called Side Quests. Again, Crash Bandicoot is part of that. I have a list of 25 games, and I have a list of 25 side quests. 25 side quests mostly consist of A-list games that I have put off that I want to return to. Crash 1, 2, 3, 4, and Crash Team Racing. That's 5 of those. All the Uncharted's are on there, and Tomb Raiders, and what was the other one? The Last of Us. So there's a whole bunch of side quests, but of course, you could only do like one side quest at a time to get a platinum. So like if I take a break from my regular, I guess 25 games I'm working on, then I will work on a side quest, which will be trying to get a platinum for the game. And I haven't given up on those. So I have it's kind of like a 25 and 25. I focus mostly on the 25 that I work on.
Hey, Jay.
Oh, you want to join, Jay?
You're going to join 2K if you want. Yeah, and you saw it. I did a thing to your Facebook Messenger that there's going to be an Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, okay, so that's another thing too. At the request of one of the people I talked to about the gaming, I did buy, which is a separate category. I call it the shoebox category because I tend to buy live copies of games and I put them in a shoebox because it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
So I purchased Alan Wake. I purchased Dead Space. No. Anthony bought me Dead Space. I purchased Sonic Frontiers. There's a whole bunch of games that are sitting in the shoebox. Like my friend made fun of me about Red Dead Redemption 2 and I didn't play it. So it's just a matter of time to play these things. So there's that. So I have 25 games. I have 25 side quests, and I have shoebox games that I should do another video on when I get a chance. And again, this guy is definitely going to beat me probably because he's really you can't, like I said, that's the problem is you can't give them a minute because see he's already he just got okay. So what is he now? Hold on. Okay, he's got the same amount of stars I do. I think he needs 2 or 3 platinums, and then he's going to beat me for 8th rank, which is fine. Look, you got to understand that if you're not gaming 24/7 and you're taking time away from podcasts, you're going to lose your ranking. And like I said, I made a commitment now with the podcast, so gaming is secondary. But even if it's secondary, I can still get a lot of platinum. So that's the point, What's up, Jay?
Hey.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just got through watching a video of yours, and I said
Which
the next
one?
time you go live, I'm gonna come and see y'all.
All right, which video? The Whovians State of the Union address?
The one that says have been threatening people to
Yes.
come on.
Right.
Well, I'm not a YouTuber. They can threaten me all they want if they can get to me.
Jesus.
I don't care.
Right.
And I have friends who are know about computers and stuff, and they don't want to F with me.
Right. See, and this is the thing. I know my oldest members could give a rat's ass about these fucking threats because we've dealt with this for years. It's the newer members that are younger that they're not that they're kids, but they're in their 22, 23. They kind of like
let's just put this way: they're young and full of yada yada, and
they're shit in a brick. I don't want anybody to be scared to do a fucking podcast. Obviously,
Well,
I mean,
I got friends that work with the IRS, so they don't want to be audited.
Right. Basically, so I left.
I'm protected.
Yeah. So most of ours are members. Like
I have been so sick the last couple of days, dude.
Really?
You do sound like you're under the weather some.
You do not want this new stomach flu. Oh my God, it nearly killed you.
Oh, well, this is the problem is I had an issue before, like with my stomach, and some of the people like gamers, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm in the bed. It's like today I'm off today. My stomach is reacting. I can't be playing games if I'm in the bathroom, obviously on and off all day. So the gaming is like, whatever. So people didn't understand that. And I'm like, you don't get it. Like I'm on the go 5-6 days a week, right? So my body says he doesn't have time to like so there's 1 day or 2 days that I'm off. And my body goes, he's relaxed. Get on the throne. It's like that's what it is. So it's like you have to be vulgar, but your body knows. Hey, yeah, you have time, right? So my gaming has to stop. Obviously, I can't be sitting there if I have to do my business. So I was having a little argument with somebody, and I'm like, look, that's it. I'm not
I'm
forcing
glad
myself. I'm
you're
not
getting
rushing.
back to your gaming. I'm glad you're getting back to
be there.
writing.
It will be there when it gets there. I mean, that's it. It's but like sometimes I want to do this. I want to do podcasts. So the thing was, I was doing a podcast here and there, and then when I found out that people took a vested interest in the real Whovians, our group, by contacting them, and I was like, oh, they want to silence me from doing podcasts. Maybe I shouldn't be away, and maybe I should put my fucking face out there and do my cast because I don't really like it. And maybe it's an ego on my part. I don't know, but I kind of have a problem. Scott does too, I'm sure, with people telling us what we can and can't do, or we can't have. You can't be on the Real Whovians cast. So my question was, of course, to certain people, like, who the fuck said that? Now, of course, everybody knows how I get. Because that's all I have to fucking find out. There'll be literally a fucking Whovian war instantly. Like, there'll be fucking endless videos ripping apart. I don't tolerate that. So, of course, nobody wants to tell me anything. That's fine. But, I can't help you if you can't help me. So, if you tell me who it is, I'll make sure that they stop bothering you. But, again...
I know that I haven't been here in a long while.
Right.
But I do support you by liking your videos and stuff.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I know everybody's busy. Like, I know it's been a weird couple of years with COVID and everything. I mean, like I said, I kind of stopped doing podcasts as much, and I did my gaming,
Not that. It's, my health has been steadily declining.
Right.
Lost a girlfriend years ago that her memory will always affect me, and it came back a couple of months ago, and now I'm getting better at it.
I'm sorry to hear about
and
that.
Also some other friends of mine have done this. It's like a Jeopardy. And it's all about Star Trek questions.
Oh.
So I've been joining them on doing that because I love Star Trek.
Yes.
And I saw this video.
Strange New Worlds yet?
Yeah, I saw Strange New Worlds.
Have you seen Picard season 3?
Yes, loved it.
That's perfect.
Loved it. I just saw The Flash and Transformers.
Oh, you did?
Movie.
I didn't see that. They're good.
Both are quite
Loved
good.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this: I loved it. A lot of people don't like it.
Right.
A lot of people say, "Well, look at the numbers." Well, I don't deal with numbers.
Right.
Same here.
If I want to see a movie, I'm going to go see a movie.
You know what it is? It's like I don't like to go to movies by myself. So my son Anthony came in.
I don't listen to critics.
Yeah. My son Anthony came in for Father's Day weekends.
Yeah, I saw that.
His birthday is next week. So we went to see Spider-Verse, Beyond Across the Spider-Verse or whatever. And I fucking, of course, I'm a Spider-Man fan. I was in my glory. I was loving it. I had such a great time. I was so happy. The movie was amazing, perfect. I loved it. Give it a 9.8, like really high score. And again, if I had time, I would see it again. But like, of course, I got to work and stuff. So, but again, great movie. And the next one I want to see is The Flash, obviously. So,
I'll give The Flash a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I give Transformers a 4 out of 5.
Wow, you liked it? Okay.
Yes, I like Flash, but it wasn't the greatest.
Right.
And I'll just say this: I'm not going to do any spoilers.
Right.
You're not going to like the ending. Flash.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, it's just, you know what it is. It's too many people altered the ending, and we'll talk about that on the Everything Show. But everybody has an agenda. Everybody has a thing, and now we have new showrunners for the DC universe. James Gunn. James Gunn had them change. James Gunn had them change the ending. The ending that they had was Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot appearing as Wonder Woman and Superman, and he's not going to be Superman for James Gunn's thing. So James Gunn had purposely made him change it. I'm not crazy about that, because again, it probably ruined the movie, maybe. But I just
There was 4 different endings because the what do you call it? A testing for
it
an
was screen
audience.
testing.
A screen
Right.
testing.
But then they had
And
new
the
owners
audiences
of the company
hated
too.
all the endings, even this one.
Wow. Okay.
And the company said, "We're not going to spend any more money for the ending. Just send it out."
Well, it
Because
wasn't
they've
just that.
already spent like
it wasn't just
$250 million.
it wasn't just that though. It was the fact that they had a new owner take over as the owner of DC and
Yeah,
Warner
no.
Brothers. Then they also had this other division that when before that happened with Superman and Wonder Woman. Then they had James Gunn, who was like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. So they had to go with what James Gunn wanted because he's the head. And it
If
didn't
they
turn out.
wanted a new showrunner for DC movies, they should have gave it to Zack Snyder because everybody loved the Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Well, they had a
Justice
thing
League cut.
against him. That's why they got Joss Whedon in there, So that was fucked up. So look, I'm a Marvel guy. Yes, I like to watch DC stuff, but I care about Marvel. I don't really give a shit. Like if
I'm a
stuff's fucked up
DC
with
guy.
DC. Yeah, so like if stuff's messed up with DC, I'm like, all right, whatever. But if stuff's messed up with Marvel, I get upset. So
Now don't get me wrong. I did enjoy the Avengers movies.
right,
I enjoyed the Captain America movies.
right,
I enjoyed the Iron Man movies, except the
Right.
second one. Jeez.
right, yeah.
But I didn't watch the what's it called, Black Widow,
That's all right.
and
You didn't miss
Yeah.
anything. Trust me. I went and saw it. You didn't miss
It's fine.
anything.
and the others. I didn't watch
Yeah,
them.
some of them you don't really fucking care. Some it's like,
What was that superhero movie? It was after Endgame.
Wakanda Forever.
Huh?
Oh, after Endgame.
No, it was.
What, the Spider-Man movie you
can't
saw,
think.
right?
I saw the first Spider-Verse movie.
No, not the animated. I'm talking about Tom Holland with Tobey Maguire and Andrew.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
the
you like
first
that.
2 Spider-Man.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Do you like Doctor Strange too?
I like Doctor Strange's first movie.
Okay, second one you don't like.
I haven't seen the second one yet.
Okay. All right.
But it's
Well, what do you think
can't
about
think
Doctor
of
Who? Because that's the main thing we're talking about today is Doctor Who. What do you think of? Did you see the trailers for Doctor Who with David Tennant coming back? And all that?
I haven't been able to see any Doctor Who since we talked way last. It was just after Jodie became Doctor Who, and I saw the first season. That's it.
Oh, so you didn't see her?
I hadn't been able to. I know where you said to go see it. I think it was AMC Plus. Right now, I just can't afford any more streaming.
Yeah, it's not on there anymore. I think it's going to be on Disney Plus now, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll do it.
I'm not going to do Disney Plus unless they put in the Orville back.
Yeah.
There's rumors that there's a 4th season, but whether it comes out about is still up in the air.
Yeah, but Seth MacFarlane was kind of like you want to give up. Didn't you want to give it up?
Yeah.
It's going to be several years before he can do the 4th season because he has a contract with NBC to do more Ted.
Yeah.
Oh, Ted. Okay. Oh, that's a series on this streaming network, right?
Yeah. I can't see how
I
they can
think
get.
it's
To
gonna be on
me, Ted
Peacock.
should stay movies. So
Yes.
that's just me.
Well, we were just talking about the toxicity, if you can say the word, in the Whovian community because
Mhm.
it's just anybody to think that.
That's why I had to jump in and defend my boy.
Thank you. And again, I don't. Everybody can do
And
what
my
they
other
want
boy,
to do.
Scott. Scott, I have to say, I sure am sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Yes, I am too. I didn't want to say it.
It's going to be July 2nd where I'm going to be going up there. So
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I
Alright.
apologize to this guy.
I just don't know. Was it your father?
yeah,
I sure am sorry.
thank you.
How old was he?
83 or 84.
Wow.
You had a good long time with your father because I lost mine when I was 18.
Yeah.
And the funny thing
So,
is even though I was raised by mom, I sort of channeled dad a lot more than
Right.
yeah.
and because you would think because the way I act, you think that I was raised by dad. No, I was raised by mom.
Right.
But for whatever reason, I somehow picked up all of dad's traits.
Wow. Okay.
Like me.
and
Uh,
mom always threatened said whenever she was walking by, she said, "I'd like you walk just like him. I feel like I want to kick you in the ass every now and then."
yeah. Yeah. Well, I had a father that's different than other fathers. Maybe someone can relate. My daddy was raised way back then where men parents didn't show affection.
Mm.
My daddy never told me he loved me or hugged me or anything, but
Wow.
I knew he loved me
Mm-hmm.
Right.
because I had a roof over my head, I had food on the table, I had clothes on my back, and we did things together.
My
I
dad
knew
was
the
tough,
man
but
loved me.
my dad always told me he loved me and always showed affection and tried to give us whatever he
But
could
Joe,
possibly get us. Yeah.
the day that he went to the hospital to die, which I didn't know he was dying,
Wow.
he told me to come over there to him, and he grabbed me and hugged me and kissed me and told me he loved me. I knew something was wrong.
Yeah. Wow. I miss my dad too. It's crazy.
One day,
Miss my
I
dad and
have
my
to
mom.
tell you, maybe I'll tell you on the Everything Show
Okay.
because you want to talk about Doctor Who. But I need to tell
Yeah.
you about how my mother told me how she found out he was dying.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
it's
we
a
could do that.
story that will chill you to the bone.
Jesus Christ. We'll definitely talk about that. Yeah. We had some issues again, and again, I'm very vocal about. I really have the philosophy live and let live, and it bothers me that while I'm all for people doing podcasts about Doctor Who and everything, it's great you're doing your own thing, but the fact that there is a whole group out there that don't want me around, and for
No
what
one,
little
if
podcast,
they think that hurting your viewers, because with all due respect, I love you to death.
oh, too.
Your channel isn't one of those multi-million-dollar subscribers and stuff. So
Right.
how are you hurting anybody?
I think it's because in the past I put so much content about Doctor Who, and I guess I had such a presence in the community, and because now I'm not, and I started to do a couple videos here and there, they're kind of feeling that I'm taking their
They want to
spotlight away.
keep you down.
Like they're feeling, oh, he comes back, everybody's gonna talk about Matrix Part 2 and 2 and blah blah blah. And again, I'm not. This is me not tooting my horn, because regardless, there are thousands of podcasts that we've
Yeah.
done, more than anybody in history, of Doctor Who, and more videos. I have 11,000 plus videos. No one can say that. So they don't want me talking about Doctor Who. They would be happy with me doing other shit and gaming and everything. And the fact that I've never said it's over. I just said that, we're going to talk about Doctor Who when it's
Right.
relevant when it comes back, because you can't always do a podcast about Doctor Who if nothing's
Yeah.
going on. I'm not going to talk about the person's
Right.
socks or whatever. It's boring, right? But now, unfortunately, in the wrong way, they've caused me to do Whovians cast to address the issue. And the issue is simple. We don't want Matrix Lord 2 and 2 to do podcasts about Doctor Who. We don't want them in the Whovian community. If you do a podcast with them, there's going to be trouble. Oh, we're going to make life hell for you. We're going to do, and again, they won't tell me who it is. But the thing is, I have a temper with that. I have an attitude with that, and because it doesn't even
You'll find
matter.
out.
No, they will now. But the thing is, like, they don't understand that by pushing me this way. Yeah, I'll still
You'll
do
find
the
out
game.
who's doing it.
I'll still do the game. But you fucked up.
Somebody,
You fucked up because
somebody
now
will mess up, Joe. Somebody will
Listen,
mess up.
they already fucked
And
up because
they will tell you who it is. You'll find
listen,
out.
I'm gonna find out. But they fucked up because now I don't care if I lose it all with the game. I'm doing podcasts every fucking day or night. And you're not stopping me. Now you fucked up now. Now you pissed me the fuck off, and you're gonna hear me every fucking day. In fact, you're gonna start seeing fucking shit going on. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Okay? I'm done. Like, I have
Here's an idea. Here's an idea, Joe. What if they are ones that are playing games that you're playing, and you're beating them, and they want to get you off the gaming?
Well, that was
So,
the case with one
you're
of the
doing-
trolls we had. One of the trolls we
Right.
had was a gamer on another podcast. And
Uh-huh.
I had started to
So
go
don't
into the
stop your
gaming venture.
gaming.
So I stepped on his toes. So I passed him in subscribers. I'm sorry, I passed him in platinums. I passed him in whatever. So I annoyed the shit out of him. So naturally, he sent stuff to me to stop me from gaming. He basically sent me my mom's obituary during December and
I
on the
saw
anniversary of
that
my
video.
mother's death. Yeah, yes. This was the troll gamer. And I'm not going to mention his name, but he tried to fuck me up with gaming. And there are some of them that are Whovians and gamers that want me, some of them want me away from Doctor Who, and some of them want me away from Whovian is a Doctor Who fan, in case you didn't know. But they want me away from gaming, and then some want me away from Doctor Who. And these people, they're trying to be in the spotlight. They think that there's no room for anybody else, and they're like, oh, we
Exactly, Kay.
we want we're gonna threaten Joe's members. They don't know how many members I have. They also threaten my guests, which guests are not members, right? Or not threatened. They kind of like made them feel uncomfortable or whatever, or kind
That's how I met you two. That's how I met you and Scott, was your Whovian videos.
Right.
It was the video where Joe goes completely ape shit crazy.
Yeah.
About Joe
Whittaker. Right. I got pissed off.
I love that.
Was that the one with Jodie Whittaker and him cussing K9?
I know.
I still watch
that video. I know. My enemies were actually, from what I was told, were watching, cracking up that whole episode.
Not just you, everybody. What was the
Right.
woman's name?
Susie.
Oh, is that the white lady's name? Susie.
Susie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, she went nuts too, and I said, "This is
She-
fun."
oh,
I've
no,
got to see
Gloria.
if I'm enjoying this.
Gloria started crying. That's right.
Yeah,
Gloria got hysterical crying that Jodie Whittaker became the doctor. Yeah.
yeah. Have you
So
heard
fun.
from her in a while?
I think she sends me a Christmas card every year. To the family. So I haven't. No, I haven't talked to her directly.
I miss
but,
your old crew that used to be on the Whovians, because
Yeah, they're
you
still
had
around.
like you had like 8 or 9 on that one video.
Yeah. One time I had actually before you, I had like 30 on the Zoom that time. It's just, you know what it is? It's better when it's less people because it's hard to manage with a lot of people at one time. But again, like it's like I was saying, not that I was calling it it's COVID's fault, but while COVID was going on and people were in lockdown and different things, everybody kind of, not that it's COVID's the cause, but everybody kind of went their own direction.
Yeah.
So I went to gaming.
Yeah.
You know, Scott went. Everybody went all over the place. So it's not that the We Are Whovians cast broke up. It's just that Doctor Who, we weren't enjoying it, and it was like, as much as we were doing podcasts about it, we weren't enjoying it. And so I decided to do my gaming thing because at the time people were battling me in the Whovian community. Then it was over, but then I'm like so fed up with it. That's why I left the Whovian community. Not that I left the Whovian community, but I kind of went to gaming because I was done with the nonsense, right? Now I go to make a couple videos and people, delete this video, delete that video. All right, I was being nice about it. I kind of took 2 videos down because maybe people felt like, but I don't really do that usually. You know that. So I don't feel like I waste my time, but it was afterwards the fact that people were making these things to my members and guests that I kind of felt now people overstepping. Now they're getting too loud and they're being too comfortable with telling me what to do behind the scenes. And I just need to return to the Whovian community that I fucking created with other people. Because again, in 2011, it's basically doing these videos all these years. We basically created the Whovian community. Not me by itself, but I'm saying me and a few people. The Whovian community was created, like us doing. There wasn't that many people doing videos about Doctor Who. You remember? There wasn't that many.
Right.
So everything got boosted. So the thing is,
I don't know anybody else who does it except you.
Well, there's a few, but the thing is that, again, I'm like, well, who the fuck are these people? I call them Johnny Come Latelys because they came lately. So it's like past 5 years, 4 years. Look, you could exist. And you can talk about Doctor Who, but don't try to make it like who the fuck you are.
I'll say it
people
like
know
this.
who I am.
I watched a couple of clips of old Doctor Who, the first Doctor. And one day I'm looking on YouTube on my homepage, looking for suggestions for stuff. And you are the only thing that came up that had to do with talking about Doctor Who. So you must have been an important guy if you're the only suggestion that YouTube brought up.
Right. And I had thousands of videos, so you could pick one.
I clicked on you and found you.
Yeah. And again, it's going to be that way again because the Real Whovians guest is going to be every day or everything show or whatever it's going to be. But it's going to be the same way. They're going to suggest like crazy. And you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
Again,
I love the everything show.
Yeah. So, and again, I love doing it too, but it's just that, it's sad that people trying to force me out of existence has brought me back into existence. If that makes any
playground sense. Shit.
Right? But you know what it is? I know it's territorial in this, but I don't like police. I stand my ground. I'm not taking shit from anybody. So guess what? You want me gone? I'll be here every day. And now you're going to be cursing yourself that YouTube's going to suggest me and not you because you're controversial and you fight the world and I don't. And I want Doctor Who to live and you want Doctor Who to die. So who do you think they're going to fucking back? Me. And who do you think's going to fucking, promote my show? The staff, the crew, the actors, the actresses, not you. Right? And I don't just talk about Doctor Who. So I have the everything show. It's like thousands, more. So, we'll have fucking stars on here eventually. And that's fine because people do watch me. So I'm not concerned with subscriber count. I'm not concerned with
Right. When does this what's his name? David Tennant or whatever? When is he coming?
He's coming like this first special
November.
October.
Oh, October or November? November. 16th anniversary of Doctor Who.
I thought they brought him back to be the new Doctor.
He is.
In between. He's the in between. No.
There is no in between. He's actually a doctor.
But I'm just saying.
Right. Okay. So the reason why David Tennant. Okay, I'm going to explain something to you. The reason why David Tennant is brought back, right? Okay, is the fact that they hired a new doctor, but the new doctor had his own show and filming a movie, and he had commitments. So that would have meant, again, we don't like it when Doctor Who's off the air for a year or two. That would have meant that there's no Doctor Who this year, right? So David Tennant had lunch with Catherine Tate, with Russell T Davies before this happened, and they were shooting the breeze about nostalgia and about when they had fun doing the show. And they said, "Oh, it would really be nice if we could do it again somehow." And Russell T Davies remembered that, and he decided, hey, Ncuti Gatwa's the new Doctor, but he can't film anything hardly. So
I don't like
what if
this
we just
actor.
well, again, so what he decided was that it was established that the Doctor could revisit old faces. So for some mysterious reason, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor regenerated into David Tennant. And he's like, what the hell is going on? He's not sure why this happened. And the villain of the new series is the Celestial Toymaker they're bringing back. And the Celestial Toymaker is going to be played by Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, God.
Well, let's see how it goes. But again, Catherine Tate's back as Donna Noble, and they even got her grandfather in it. That Bernard Cribbins just passed away, but he filmed his part as Will. So
I really wish they would make David Tennant the new James Bond instead of who they're thinking about making Bond.
I don't think they chose. Did they choose a James Bond already?
I don't know. I'm not really keeping up to date with that one.
Oh no, it can't be a woman. It's not.
That's how they ended the last Bond movie. They're going to introduce a woman.
Yeah, but they're not really allowed to.
They're not.
There's a weird. They're dancing around
it. They're not officially saying it
because they can't.
But everybody knows it's going to be a woman because one, that's the way the culture is going now, and two, it's going to be binary or something.
But they can't because again, there's a thing in the estate. There's a document from the James Bond, like people creating the guy.
Yeah, but it's in the public now, isn't it?
No, but they can't. Oh well, I don't know the public domain thing now, but I don't know. I have to look into that. But I'm pretty sure, from what I understand,
they've always been able to get around rules of families and stuff.
I know,
look what they did with Star Trek and Sherlock Holmes and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
So
we'll see.
They can go around it.
True. We'll see. But as far as Doctor Who goes, I'm excited because David Tennant's back. It's like feeling like the way it used to be.
Yeah, I liked him.
And but some people are trying to use the fact that Russell T Davies is gay, that he's going to screw up the show.
Big what?
He always was gay. So even when he brought it back in 2005, it didn't ruin it. So like, why would you think he's going to ruin it now? So like, there's a part of the fandom that just wants Doctor Who to end or wants to fail, or they want to prove that it's failing. And I'm not, look, as much as I'm friends with these people, I'm not part of that. I'm not part of Doctor Who getting hurt in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm totally not. So, that. Doctor Who is my life. No, but Doctor Who's been since I was 5 years old. It doesn't go, it's like me eating and sleeping and breathing. Like, that's Doctor Who. It's not, I have no intention of letting it, go away. So, I'm not going to join in with them in their speeches against destroying the show being destroyed or the narrative of whatever. I'm totally by myself. It's good that I am though. But so if you're
I'll say this: It isn't that I didn't like Jodie Whittaker. I think Jodie Whittaker is a fine actress because I loved her in that TV series with David Tennant.
Right.
And she was great in it. It was the writing. If you don't have good writing, you're going to have a crap show.
Yes, I agree.
And it's the same with Doctor Who, Star Trek, anything. If you don't have good writing, look at. I'll give you an example and proof. Look at The Flash. Look at all of the DC movies and Disney movies,
right?
The new Marvel movies. If you don't have good writing,
right,
and you don't shove an agenda down our throat,
Right.
You ain't gonna have, not ain't, there is no such word as ain't. There is not going to be a good uh, uh, amount of people coming to your movie or shows and watching it. Look at the money. Money talks. They're just not listening because they have an agenda. And they're going to destroy their companies if they don't stop the agendas and give us good writing. Listen to the audience.
Yes.
Because,
As I
hello, if you don't have an audience, you ain't going to have a show.
Right. But again, there's a lot of people out there that I use the word entitled, right? So we had a situation where a fan, which wasn't really a fan because he admitted he wasn't a fan for years for Doctor Who, went after Russell T Davis on social media platform, and he told him off, and he was basically trying to control him, saying, you need to do this, you need to do that, and he was nasty. And Russell T Davis basically told him, fuck off. Right? And that's fine, because you shouldn't be attacking anybody, right? So
now, is China still funding money for this Doctor Who?
No, done. That's over. That was Chibnall. That's
good.
Over. Yeah. Well, Disney Plus is now funding.
Oh God. Well, that's basically China.
Well, wow. Not really, because they're not. China's not showing their movies, so no. But
yeah.
So the thing,
because they didn't do exactly what they told them to do.
Right, and they're not. You know the way Disney is and Marvel. They're not going to be.
And right now we're technically at war with China, so they're not going to show any movies or do anything.
Right. And Doctor, they won't show either, even though that was against their culture, time travel. But for some mysterious reason, Scott,
we haven't declared
that was overlooked.
We are.
It was overlooked that the entire society of China that was always against time travel for fucking centuries about any talk about it, mysteriously, Scott, which no one does videos about, mysteriously let it go and allowed Doctor Who to be part of their culture for a couple of years because somebody had convinced somebody big to do that. I wonder who that was. But anyway.
I've got a friend that lives in China.
Right.
And right now, for the past 2 years, China's had a new kind of like detective show that has to do with time.
Yes, because like I said, it also extends to Marvel. Because once that thing was said to convince the person, you know, it must have been that this guy that convinced this other guy from China liked Marvel also because Endgame was able to be featured, right? In China and make a lot of money. So I don't know, man. You never know what kind of influence somebody would have over a country. And there could be hardly any subscribers on YouTube. You never know. But anyway, never know. So, but now that's not the case.
That Doctor Who is better.
But then again, I don't think that the guy that had influence over the person in China has the same job and works with that person anymore. So there you go. Right, Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Anyway. So, look, the thing is that I just wish I would have got the goddamn missing episodes before that ended. But anyway.
And really since Doctor Who, you said, is on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Then it must be Disney that owns or is funneling money for the making of Doctor Who.
They are, but they don't own Russell T. Davis' company.
Yeah,
Russell T. Davis now
is something like a subsidiary. The best way I can say it, think of it as like a subsidiary. They're doing
Russell T. Davis basically rents. He rents the BBC Doctor Who, so he can do whatever he wants. They just collect a check, and they have no say.
I don't know how much money they're going to be able to give to Doctor Who.
They're giving a lot. They're giving a lot. They have a long-term. They have a long-term contract. They are giving them a lot. Like I'm talking serious.
Well, from the last stockholders meeting, the financial report, they are in dire need of cash.
Well, we're well aware of that because again, I'm a Marvel guy too, So I'm well aware of Disney Plus's situation, and they got new owners, different things. I know. So I'm not owners, new president, whatever CEO. I'm well aware of that. So
Because if they don't start coming up in some money, they're going to have to start selling off some assets.
well, again, you do understand that Disney owns Aliens, Predator, Independence Day
movies, yeah.
There's tons of franchises they own they can sell off.
That they can also
they would never
destroy.
go right, and they can never go bankrupt though because they have too many properties. So it's just a matter of they just got the Hulk back, Margie. They spent a lot of money. They just got the Hulk back completely, so now they could actually do a Hulk movie if they wanted to. But that took a lot of money.
I wish they come out with a Fantastic Four movie because I love the Fantastic Four.
Well, that's delayed. Margie.
Yeah. Because they said because a lot of these actors they're wanting like 20 mil each, and and then with each significant movie it would go up like a couple million, and it's like we don't want to do this. So they're trying to find somebody who's, let's just say, who takes less, so that way it doesn't take.
Yeah, what they need to do is get unknowns.
Yeah.
To do it, because look at the new Star Trek movies.
Well, there isn't any. Really.
Almost everybody from those rock star stars, Hollywood stars. Yeah. You cannot afford Chris Pine or even Zoe.
I know.
Yeah. Because my God, look at all the movies that she has made that are popular, including Avatar 2. Holy crap, her numbers have gone up even more.
She's like
they're going to have to ditch all them and get new stars, unknowns, so they don't have to pay them a lot.
They did that.
They
did that with King the Conqueror, and that didn't work out because this guy has legal actions against him now. And then they did that with Namor, the Submariner. And
but with the Namor guy, it's looking more and more he may be safe because.
Yeah, we got to talk about this on the other channel. I want to get right back to Doc 2. I don't mean to cut it off. I am going to say, though, in related to the mystery person that convinced China, a top China official, to change their whole culture around to have Doctor Who and time travel movies. Well, anyway, I just wish that I would have been able to get a friggin' missing episode, Scott.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. That could be a future goal.
That's true.
Right.
Because if I really want to have a polite revenge, imagine this guy getting his hands on a missing Doctor Who episode that all these fucking motherfucking Whovian bastards that fucking were against me would have to mention my name on their fucking stream and podcast because I got the gold in my hand of a missing fucking episode. Imagine how this would destroy their fucking egos, right? So this will be a sort of side quest where I would have to be at the presentation, handing over the fucking reels, or be there at the fucking screening, or maybe have my name in the fucking credits, found by or got by, assisted by Matrix Lord 212. Joseph J. Capriccioso, who knows? But that could be a side quest. And that's possible. Because anything is possible if you don't think it's possible. And a lot of things I've done, actually every single thing I've done, right, Scott? I basically said I was going to write books. I wrote books. All right, the gaming thing didn't finish yet. But, one thing that happened, the Real Whovians cast, I didn't get to 100 like I wanted to, but big deal. But major things that I wanted to do, I said I was going to do, right? So, that could be a side quest. So you heard it here first on June 20th, 2023 at 12:51 a.m. That is a goal, is for me to find a missing episode and then have my name all over the fucking place. I'm not going to charge anybody for it either. I would just give it to them.
Yeah.
But you just, with the exception that who got it? Me. That's it. Like Matrix Law 2 and 2. Don't fucking forget it. Right? That would be it. Free of charge. Here you go. Fucking
Joe,
put that
I
shit
read your, you know, that book that you had promoting your book that you had wrote, I think years ago on Facebook just recently. The purple book, Twist
Twist of
of
Hate? Yes.
yeah. I read that last month. A friend of
Really?
mine had a copy of it.
Wow. What'd you
Loved
think?
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
good.
And I've seen your books on Walmart online, Amazon online, another online thing, and I've actually seen a book of yours at Books A Million
Oh, in the store?
in the store.
Wow. See, I just recently got bad news with Barnes and Noble that they don't want to carry me. Which, if you think about it, all right, so they don't carry you, but there's others, right? I mean, I have to be positive about it.
Hope
Like,
they're
I
not
could try to
owned.
turn
I
it
hope
around.
Books A Million isn't owned by you because that means they would be taking your book off their shelf.
What
Oh
I'm saying
Lord,
is, like, Barnes and Noble, for
why are
some
they
reason,
not wanting you?
you know what? It's a thing that I have to spend time to meet up with people from their corporate office and discuss it. Like the book order, what do they call it? Book what's the name of the people? The booksellers, the book or whatever the people that order the books for them. I have to have a meeting because,
Right.
but I have to take time away from work to do that, which would mean that
And you also got to have so many books sold to stay on the shelves.
correct. Which is why I don't understand if the book is selling out, why aren't you replenishing it? That makes no sense to me. So I'm dealing with that, believe me, and I was very sad to say that there's not going to be any more books because right now they can't be because if people are not going to
Well,
carry my books, it's pointless for me to spend the money to get it done.
well,
But
you can
I was
do
talking
it
to my kids.
online.
Yeah,
You can
I
do
was
it
talking to my
online. You
kids.
can even you can contact Walmart and see if they want to carry your books.
Yeah, I was talking to my son Joe, and he kind of basically gave me the pep talk that I needed to just go ahead anyway and do a book. Because he's like, Dad, when you first did, it makes sense. Like when I first did it, I took the risk, right? I paid for the money for the books, not feeling that they had to have it, but I just took a risk. I didn't pay attention to who's carrying it, who's not
And
carrying it.
if you can't sell a book, just keep writing it as a hobby.
Right. Well, the thing
I
is,
do
I'm
that.
gonna publish a book. I'm gonna spend the $3,000 to do the book this year. I'm gonna do it. Joe convinced me to do it. I'm gonna do it because he's like that. It's like starting all over again. He's like, you did it before, you could do it again. Like you got me to carry, you could do it again. Like it's you're who you are. Like you believe in yourself. You're confident. Nobody can stop you. So basically, that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna do it
If
again.
it comes out, you know I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah. So again, that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna do it again. So book 14. That's it. And you know it's.
Because I hope you got the money. Because
Oh, I
I bought
always.
I just bought 3 of your books a couple of months ago.
It takes a little while, but I get it. I get the royalty, so it will come up on the chart. So they go by quarters. So I'll probably get it maybe in August, probably. So
I lost
you know
the book that I bought from you directly. I don't know
which
where.
one?
I don't know how. The yellow
What
one.
I sent it to you? Oh, Promise Dream.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost
I don't
it?
know what happened. I don't know what happened to it. I'm losing things. I'm losing DVDs from my own
Well, you know,
apartment.
look
I
at
don't
it
know
this
what's
way.
going on.
If you lost it, it was meant for you to lost it because maybe someone else needed it. I mean, that's a very
I bought it
holy
again.
cover.
I bought it again, and I bought. It was a blue book, and I
Perfect
think a
Wish.
red book, and I think a reddish book.
Shadows Reign. Okay.
Must have been.
Right.
Because I bought them for other people because
wow.
I wanted them to read them.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because you know I hardly ever talk about my books on here, but it touches me when people, I mean, I feel very happy when people like my work. Just like it was
If I
very
like
happy.
a good author, I'm going to buy their books.
Yeah, thank you. I was very happy, like I said, last week or the week before that I'm being stopped lately by fans in the street wanting to take pictures with me. I have a gaming community now that love me because I do the gaming like hey. And I got stopped, and I was like, absolutely, I'll take a picture, absolutely. So I ate that up. I was so happy, and I was like, oh my god.
You ought to do a gaming channel and stream it.
I do.
Yeah, he does.
I do have a game. Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I know I'm subscribed to all your channels. I wonder why I haven't received
Maybe you're not.
a notification of new ones.
Matrix Lord 212 Gaming.
I'll have to see if I've been unsubscribed because YouTube's been unsubscribing
YouTube that lately. They
my channel.
Yeah, I find myself unsubscribed to channels I've been subscribed to for a while too.
Yeah,
I got to find you again, Scott, because I can't find it in my my channel thing. What's your channel again?
The Blind Dyslexic.
Okay, I'll try to find it again.
Yes, that's why I've got.
Okay, so I have to make this announcement. Again, to my great and worthy opponent, Reigning Elbows, who is right behind me on the gaming community in 9th place. It looks like
in PSN profiles, I'm IV Doctor.
Yes, it looks like in about he's like two platinums away from defeating me, which is fine because I can't do both. So I'm doing podcasts now. I'll be gaming later. I will beat him again, like I have. Right now I'm number 8 in America. I'm going to be number 9th because, again, you have to understand, like, if you're not gaming constantly,
that's the number 1 spot.
I'm going to get the number 1 spot. Basically, what I have to do first is I have to beat Reigning Elbows, and then I'm very close to the 7th rank. So I plan on doing that by next week or before. So, like I said, my gaming begins. So after this podcast, I'll be getting a couple platinums, probably pissing off the competition.
Have you played that new Diablo game?
I can't get into that because I'll tell you why. If I start playing that, I'm not playing anything else. And the thing about this is it's quantity, not like just the one game. So I will lose the rankings because I have to maintain a certain amount of games on there.
Right.
I will play that when I feel I'm a big enough lead where it can't be affected. Just like, that's all right. But right, it's a whole political process with this whole gaming thing.
Hang on 1 second.
I can't hear you.
Timer is going off.
What?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. We lost your.
I'm sorry about that. My timer went off for me to take my medicine.
I'll take your medicine. Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah.
I'm going to show the audience my books because I don't usually do that, but I will.
Have you tried? Have you gotten the new Star Trek game, Star Trek Resurgence? No. That is a fun game.
Yeah.
I've watched people stream it and play it. Oh my Lord, it's a good game.
Yeah. Oh God. I love me a Star Trek game. That's for sure.
Because I know about a few months ago, I did. It's like one of those. I'm bored, so I figured I'd do like a connection between Star Trek and Doctor Who. Like one was responsible for something than the other, and I think I did a pretty good job. Problem is there was one with the Draconians that I wasn't sort of thrilled with, and I might redo something about that one.
Yeah,
I made a comment on one of the Star Trek pages,
right?
And somebody said
that's the one.
See the Draconians come in. They remind me of the Gorn, and I started thinking, I wonder if I could set that up.
Okay, so
that's the one I read.
Which one?
The one that's on my TV screen right now.
Twist of Hate.
Twist of Hate.
Yes.
That's the one I want to get next. Is Perfect Wish.
Yes, that's beautiful cover. I love that. I designed them all with the designer. So I went into the city.
And boy, did that Twist of Hate one. He told me off screen. The garbage
So-
behind that. Oh, good
my
God.
That's
Let me tell you
that's the
something.
one.
Oh, my
That's
God.
the one I bought from you was Promise Dreams.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Scott saw me, right? It's been a positive experience most of the time doing the book.
Oh,
But
God.
for some reason,
Just trying to create the cover alone was a
the cover,
could have been a made for
the
TV
artist,
movie.
right? The artist was not. It was not working out at all. And it could not capture my vision. And I was literally, what I had to do was I had to pay. What did I pay, Scott? An extra $1,000?
Yeah, about 1,002. Yeah.
I had to pay an extra 1,000, maybe 1,500 to get them to work on the weekend and to redo this cover because they would not, it was just falling apart. And I don't know how, Scott, right? That from what we had, we did a podcast on it, right? I don't know how they got their shit together because I gave them what I wanted, whatever. But this turned out perfect. It really turned out. And this is why I say, like, maybe it takes a little while sometimes, but they get it. It's just that this one took longer, right, Scott? And I was just having a heart attack because I was like, this is never going to work. And it worked. And they got the book right, thank God. So, again.
Well, how much do you get when I buy a book of yours on Amazon? Is it a percentage or the full amount?
Okay, so basically, when that happens, I get $1.60 per paperback, and I get $2.40 per hardcover, because they want you to sell quantity, right? So, if you bought the ebook, I would get half, right? But I just have to sell copies, right? So even though I'll only get $1.60,
I'm just gonna have to buy it directly from you, so you can.
I make the money because I basically, I mean that's fine, but I just have to sell quantities. That's all. And then it's a different story. So again, this is the issue with the book. Now, I had this whole thing with Twist of Hate that I wanted to honor my father. So one of his favorite, his favorite number, like he used to always play with a lot, was 310. So I was like, I'm going to release this on March 10th, right, Scott?
Yes.
And on March, I guess it was either the next day or whatever, we found out that we were going into lockdown. So in other words, no one could buy it because everything was closed. And I had a heart, right, Scott? I was like, I just lost thousands of dollars because we were in lockdown for a long time. And I just got the big Barnes & Nobles to have it on the first, the week that it was out, they getting it. So now I couldn't even go there to see it because you weren't allowed in there. So I haven't been to the city since then. I was supposed to go that week, but then this lockdown hit and I was confused. I'm like, what's a lockdown? What's going on? So that stopped the whole book process because the next book was supposed to come out like 6 or 7 months after because I was going to pop them out. And that just delayed everything and just screwed me up. And then I got so upset, right, Scott? I was like, the hell with it. The hell with another book. The hell with the YouTube. I'm going to do gaming. And I went right into gaming. And, it is what it is.
How much is the blue book that I mentioned on Amazon to get it? Not Kindle. I don't have Kindle. Just the paperback.
The Perfect Wish.
Well, Perfect Wish. They charge. Well, see, that's crazy. They charge $19.99 for paperback and $29.99 for hardcover. So, whatever you want to. Yeah, okay. Again, they're different. There are different times in the character.
Now, how much do you get out of that $19.95?
I'm only going to get $240. That's fine for $160.
I've got your message on your address. I will send you money for the Perfect Wish if you got a book of it, and I will send it to you.
I have them. I have whatever you want. It's fine. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. Whatever way you want to do it, I have. You can mail me, check. You can put it in the PayPal.
Right.
Put it in the post office, and I'll send it to you.
I don't do PayPal. I got screwed by PayPal and another
You
thing.
do good old-fashioned check. It's fine.
I just do check or money order. You know.
You can do good old-fashioned check. It's fine with me. That's fine.
Yeah.
And you send it to me, I will send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. And much appreciated.
Just tell me. I just need to know how much money you need plus the delivery charge.
Yeah, I have to find out. I don't remember. I haven't shipped anything in a long time. I will find that information. I'll give it to you.
All right, you got my telephone number. Just give me a text.
Yep, I got everything. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Right.
Hi, Daniel. Oh, thank you, Kay. Thank you, Kay. So the like I said, the next book is going forward. It's in the preliminary stages, I call it.
Do you know what the title is?
Yeah, but I can't. I have to legally secure it.
Right.
So
you can't say anything yet.
Right. But okay, so I'm just gonna put it this way. There are 5 books, and one I'll go ahead with, right? I'm not 100% decided which one it's gonna be, but I'm leaning towards one in particular. And again, you have 2 series, of course, the Sorrow Separation series and Tomorrow's Song series, but they're connected because, again, one's really positive and the other one's sad.
Well, what's the last book you wrote so I can get it?
Twist of Hate.
Twist of Hate. Yeah, well, I've already read it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I'm up to date.
Well, they're not in order. So each book is a different.
Yeah.
So in other words, they go back and forth. So if Perfect Wish would be the most current in the timeline period, I guess, if it was a Doctor Who thing, if you would understand. So
I'm gonna get that next month.
Promised Dream, Paradise is Life. Paradise is Life is after Promised Dream, and then Perfect Wish. And I'm going to be going back and doing the George Lucas episode 1, where I'm doing the first Tomorrow's Song in the series, because it only has a 2, and Promised Dream is the second. Now there is a book called Tomorrow's Song, but in the Tomorrow's Song series, there has to be a first book. So that's another book as well. So
I wish you could do. I know it's expensive. I wish you had the money to do audiobook. I would love to hear you read it.
Well, the thing is that at the time when audios were there, I wasn't fully invested in the audio thing. But as time went on, I changed my tune with it. So I guess if I do the audio version of it, and if it's not me saying it, if it's say a big actor, like Benedict Cumberbatch or somebody, it's probably going to cost me $1,000 or more about it. Well, we'll see, because again, I know that the next one's going to be more expensive.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard? Have you ever listened to a Star Trek audiobook?
No.
You need to. If you like Star Trek, you need to, because you can find them at the library sometimes. And I got hooked on the audiobooks because, man, it's like you're listening to an episode of Star Trek, because
it has all the sound effects.
It has the sound effects. It has the sound effects and everything. It is so good. It's like listening to Star Trek on radio, like the old times.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yes. It's got the phasers, the transporters, everything. It is great.
Just showing the audience the other books.
Yeah, because I know the latest episode of Strange New Worlds, the first episode of the second season was quite good.
Sorrow Separation was the first book.
They explain, this might sound like a bit of a spoiler, but they explain why the actor who plays the captain wasn't in the first episodes, because he and his real life wife were having a child, and that's why he wasn't able to be in the very first episode. But it was real. I enjoyed the first episode real good.
Yeah, so the second book is Tomorrow's Song. Third book is Winds of Change. The fourth book is Destiny's Calling. Fifth book is Loss of Waves. Sixth book is Shadows Reign. And it's
Now that one, go back right there. The one with the bus. That's the one that I really want to read. That looks interesting.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah. That's continues in the Tomorrow Song series. Yes. I have to actually, the new covers are going to be amazing. Yes. I actually am going, I'm going to plan on going back to Brooklyn and New York, well, both, probably in 2 weeks. Because I need.
Because you said there was an Easter egg on the cover.
Yes, Destiny's Calling has an Easter egg. Do I have one with me? No, I don't have one over here. Basically, what I did was I put the titles of future books in the cover. So on the front and the back. And okay, so here's the thing. There's a little fact here. Ready? Before I did my first video on YouTube, right? This book came out, and I put my name, Matrix Lord, right in the title, right on the bus.
Right.
Look, Matrix Lord, sci-fi novel coming, right? And you can't see it, but the number of the bus is 212 on the other side, right? So it says Matrix Lord 212, and then on the top it says Star Separation Series. Now, I made the storefronts, right? I made the storefronts the book title. So, Tomorrow's Song, Winds of Change, up on the top, before the book came out, Loss of Waves was on the top, coming soon. And on the back, okay, so on the back of the books, I don't know if I can show it. Okay, wait, there, 212, see? See the 212? You can barely see it. 212 right there. And again, 4, meaning this is the 4th book. All right.
Oh yeah.
So,
now I see it.
Yes. So it's copyrighted. So it's not showing the back of the cover, but on the back of the cover is a book I'm going to be doing soon. So I have a few titles that these books have not come out yet.
Right.
So it was always planned how these books are going, and
because I've read your Facebook post about you being in the local newspaper, and I read that. That was a good thing of you. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I was in the newspaper a few times, and then I was in magazines also, because they were getting excited that in my town, my area, I was doing all these books. The shape of the books changed with the 6th book, because
Twist of Fate was so good.
Thank you. Yeah. So each book has their own nuance, you know. So, and again, a lot of these locales that I went to, they used for the cover, right? So Destiny's Call and Star Separation, you know, by my house there was the beach, Greatness and Glory. That's like the boardwalk. The Central Park, 9 years time, is with the fountain, with the angel. You know, you remember seeing that Angels Take Manhattan in Doctor Who. This was a field that was in Tomorrow's Song and Star Separation. Snow. This Shadows Reign cover, I went with a photographer, and we went to the spot where I was almost killed. Okay. It was a true story that I was almost killed because everything was falling apart in my life, and I was not paying attention. And because I was not paying attention, it was a one-way street, but the car came at me from the wrong way, going down a one-way street, and should have killed me. Like, it was coming flying at me, and for whatever reason, the car was able to stop touching me. So I wound up using that as the cover and putting the characters in there, like this was like a divine intervention type of thing. And that has a special meaning, Shadow's Reign. And I tend to, because where I work now, it's so odd, but I have to pass that street every day. So it's very odd me passing the street that I was
coming back now and then, that memory.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
So
me and my mother was driving down our this road in Bastrop, and here comes this 18-wheeler, and this is a one-way street. You just go straight down. He's coming up, and he won't stop. And I told my mother, because I can't drive. I said, get in, speed up and get into the church parking lot. And we did. We almost hit him. That dude was crazy.
Yeah. The thing I like about Perfect Wish is I have the Freedom Tower in it, which, I basically signify as like hope, like, something new, something was built from the rubble, So like, the Freedom Tower is covering the loads. I don't know why it's not loading. But
I wish you could get permission to write a Doctor Who book. I bet you could write a good book.
Well, again, here's the thing. I have an idea on what I want to do in my life. I don't know if you call it a bucket list or whatever. And I've said to Scott, I want to write for Amazing Spider-Man book before I die, right? And I want to do an episode of Doctor Who, or whether that happens or further I do a book. I don't see it as anytime soon, because I feel that I have to do all these things out of my system first. So the gaming I have to do, that'll be one thing. I have to write a movie screenplay. That's another thing, right? So like, by the time I build myself up to be known, then that stuff will come easier, because you'll be like, oh, famous Joseph J. Capriccioso, Major Explosive 2, is going to be writing for us, right? So I got to build myself up that way, right? But, people will know me for the podcast or the gaming, or because my name's going to be out there and I'm going to be accomplishing all these different things. And I think that's why people hate me, because I don't stop. Like I even if I have a setback, right? I keep going, right? So
exactly.
This is
with me. Setback. I finally got back to singing.
Right.
Good.
I went with my friends and sang in a town called Ruston, Louisiana, Friday night.
Right.
The next day, I got sick with a stomach flu, so I must have got it from somebody from there. And it was a great set. We enjoyed ourselves, and we all said, we need to get back to doing this.
Yeah, just like the podcast too. Like, I miss doing the podcast too. It just sucks.
Man,
like
we brought the house down in that small little bar.
Right.
They loved us.
Wow.
I really enjoyed that. I need to get back into doing that.
You should. Look, I had a major setback with the books, but with the confidence of my children, they pushed me towards. Even though I motivate people, I need a motivation too. So when it comes from your own kids that have faith in their dad, that really boosts me. So I've had good times lately.
I think you could make money doing motivational speaking.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure I could.
I know you could, because when I've been down, you have helped me get back up. You're a good motivator.
Thank you. Listen, what did I say? While you still breathe, you could achieve. Right? So there could be haters.
Even Scott has helped me. Scott has helped me. He's a good motivator too.
He definitely is.
Oh yeah. Remember when you told me to pick myself back up and dust myself off and don't let things get me down? I did exactly what you both said.
Right.
Because it's true. I mean, you'll get knocked down, but so long as you get back up, it's showing. And those who
That's
come
it.
after you, just keep this in mind. Those who are coming after you and trying to get you to stop, they're giving you more motivation to stay in there and fight.
See, like I said, you got to believe in yourself. And all right, like I said, now while I'm doing this podcast, this guy's beating me. He's taking advantage.
Yeah.
Right. But I got to tell you right now, I'm such a pain in the ass that when I'm done, this guy's getting fucking wrecked. Like, he's getting fucking wrecked. Like, and it's gonna be embarrassing, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna fucking wreck you,
Joe,
and then I'm gonna take the 7th.
You really want to be a douche? You should go. You should
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I'm currently doing a podcast, but when I come back, when I get
Well,
done,
I did say that. If he's watching, I'm sure he is watching. Hey, Raining Elbows, I'm gonna kick your ass when this is done. I'm gonna basically take your fucking title. I'm gonna beat the fucking video games, and you ain't gonna be shit. So like, whatever. Like,
are you gonna do a everything show? Because I really want to tell you about that story.
You know what? I gotta pee, and then I guess we can. I have to eat. I have to have a snack though. I have to have something first, my sugar or whatever. But yeah, we could. What do you want to do it tonight, or do you want to do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right. Let me just have let me go to the bathroom. We'll get off the air, and I'll get something to eat quick, and then we'll come
Send
back.
me a thing. Send me a thing like you just did.
Yeah, give me a little. Don't put me in a time, but give me like, maybe it's gonna be less, but give me like 20 minutes, 25 minutes less.
Okay.
I gotta eat something in the bathroom yet. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye for now.